You've probably gone camping with your mates. Maybe heard a noise in the woods and told yourself it was just the wind. Most people laugh it off. This guy grabs a stick and prepares for war. This is what he found. The second video tonight comes from Shields Viking Outdoors, a channel about wild camping, bushcraft, and pretending you're not scared of the dark. Spending the night alone in woods with Bigfoot rumors sounds like a bad idea on paper. In reality, it's worse. Let's jump into it. It's June 4th, 2026, Watergate Forest Park, Gateshead, UK.
It's renowned for Bigfoot sightings. Like, I went out with Kev a couple of days ago to an area that was supposedly had Bigfoot sightings, but this one definitely hasn't. It's been well documented. So hopefully, with us being here by myself, I don't stumble across Bigfoot, because I don't know what I'd do, guys. Like, it's just me. I've got no protection apart from a couple of sticks, and I am slightly scared, I will admit. I don't know what to do, but I need to do a camp. Like, I have to do a camp for my own peace of mind and just to get out and about. So yeah, you're just gonna have to hang fire and hope that I make it through the night. I'm looking around us, like, checking every single tree, checking for movement, checking for them knocks, them bangs. I haven't heard anything so far, but yeah, I think I'm just letting my mind play tricks on us and run away with myself a little bit. So I'm gonna relax and get the setup done. I'll talk you through the setup and what's happening. I've got a new tent as well from Nightcat, so we'll go into a little bit of detail about that. Well, have a couple more drinks and then...
Twilight hits differently alone. Rustling starts, leaves crunching, branches snapping, the kind of sounds that could be a deer or could be something that learned to walk upright. He freezes, camera up, eyes on the tree line, waiting for whatever owns this forest to show itself.
Knocks again. Hello? Nowadays, guys, if I hear one more knock, I'm just going to brave it and I'm just going to go and have a look. So I'm sick of this shit. Let's have a look. You see the area where I am?
Another knock echoes from the dark, solid wood on wood, too sharp for falling debris. He calls hello into the blackness, which has never helped anyone in this situation. The forest doesn't answer, it just keeps knocking.
It's not just me, there's definitely a knock. I don't even know what direction it's coming from. No clue what direction it's coming from. See, the path is totally clear. Like, everywhere's clear. There's no houses around for ages. So I've got no idea. Should I call out? I'm gonna shout out. Hello!
He pushes into the thicket anyway. Brave, stupid, probably both. The bushes explode. A screaming figure lunges from the foliage, arms flailing, chaos everywhere. And then the Bigfoot pulls back its hood. It's Big Ginger. 6 foot something of red hair and poor life choices, who has been crouching in that brush for a full hour just to make his mate scream, which he absolutely did. The terror becomes laughter, the specific kind that only arrives after genuine fear. followed by genuine relief. Big Ginger emerges with his busted trekking pole tent, clearly a casualty of the stakeout. They regroup at the fire, belly pork, baby potatoes, football takes, travel stories. Two mates in the woods like nothing happened 10 minutes ago. I'd have been gone at the first wood knock, but that's just me. A stretch of canal at midnight doesn't sound like the kind of place you'd think twice about. Just water, just towpaths, just the occasional duck. But when the sun goes down and you're sleeping in a tent that isn't yours, those quiet waters start carrying a different kind of weight. Let's see what happened. The third video tonight comes from Urban Rats, a guy who calls himself the Rat and makes a hobby of sleeping in places most people walk past without noticing. Tonight, he's in Barrie, UK, investigating an abandoned tent someone left by a canal bridge. Most people would see that tent and keep walking. He sees it and sets up camp nearby. This is what came back.
Welcome back to the channel. I'm Paul, you're watching the Urban Rats, and tonight we're going to be camping in an abandoned tent. Yeah, that's right, an abandoned tent, what somebody's actually left at the side of the canal. If you can look further down and see the next bridge down, I went on there the other day, and that's when I happened to notice the tent sat there all on its own. So let's have a walk down and see if it's still there. This is the way that went up. Yeah, I went up this way. Let's have a look.
Mid-bite when he realizes he's being watched. Two young deer 6 feet away on the other side of the fence, staring like he's the one who doesn't belong. He stands. They bolt. Nature's own security detail, checking credentials and finding him wanting.
And we need to be a bit careful around here tonight, being at the canal, because apparently Manchester has or had the canal pusher, and loads of people were found in the canal unalived. So yeah, you never know. In fact, just here, not so long ago, some guy has come out of the pubs or whatever in Bury. He's come all the way down the canal, and he's got down to that bridge where we would come on, and never made it off the canal. So yeah, they reckon Manchester in the UK has the highest number of deaths in the canal systems. So yeah, Google it if you want and have a look.
Night falls and the mood shifts. Paul starts talking about the Manchester Canal pusher, the legend, the unexplained drownings, the kind of people who use these towpaths after dark. He locks the tent from the inside, keeps one ear open for footsteps that don't sound like they belong to dog walkers.
3 in the morning, and I've just been woke up by police helicopter. I'll see if I can see it for you. Look, you can hear it. It's just there. No consideration for campers, that, isn't it, eh? It's been out for about 10 minutes. Look, it's basically here, just like we're camping here, and there's the helicopter. Yeah, I've never known them use the light for years. Like, it's normally all infrared, isn't it? But you can see there. I don't know if you can what you can see on here, but I can see that helicopter over there has got a big beam of light coming down onto the ground over there. Over there, blues and twos, guys. Can see blues and twos going up towards Elton Reservoir from this side. Can you see? No way, blues and twos over at Elton Reservoir. This is like all rough ground as well. So what they must have done is they've come up the main road, they've come off, and that's where it's heading towards. Bloody hell. Yeah, whoever's on run, guys, it's very close to where we're camping tonight. I expect
20 minutes. The chopper circles. The light tracks the fields. And somewhere out there, someone is moving on foot through ditches and railway lines, right past his campsite, close enough to hear the rotors change pitch. Close enough that the abandoned tent next door starts looking less like a curiosity and more like a potential hiding spot. Paul wakes at 6:10 a.m. coffee, packed gear, leaves the abandoned tent behind with a promise to come back later in the week and dispose of it properly if nobody's claimed it. A quiet act of cleanup after a night that was anything but. Yeah, I'm good on canal camping for a while. 6 p.m. The light is fading. The pack is heavy. And somewhere in these woods, military personnel once reported a craft that wasn't from anywhere on Earth. He thinks he has enough time to get in, get set up, and make it through the night. But darkness has a way of speeding up when you're somewhere you shouldn't be. You need to see what happened next. The fourth video tonight comes from Louis Pilgrim Wilde, a filmmaker who hauls camera gear into the kinds of places most people only read about. Tonight, he's in Rendlesham Forest, Suffolk, Britain's Roswell, where U.S. Air Force servicemen reported a UFO landing in December 1980. A forest tied to a double military encounter is exactly the kind of place where the dark feels heavier than it should. He made it out with the footage.
This is Rendlesham Forest. In December 1980, trained military personnel reported something potentially extraterrestrial landed right about here. And tonight, I'm sleeping here alone. You're looking at the edge of the Suffolk coast, and back then these trees wrapped right around 2 US Air Force bases, and it wasn't just one man, multiple servicemen, 3 separate nights, including one of their senior officers, which is why this place earned a nickname, Britain's Roswell. Right, I've just pulled up at this parking spot. I don't really know if you're supposed to park here, but who cares? I'm gonna head in that way. That is where the landing site is. I've got my gear packed again. It's so heavy once again because I'm bringing all my camera and stuff. Hopefully I don't have to walk too far. Let's begin our mission through the woods. Keep away from sheer face. That sounds fun. It's not really that sheer, is it? I actually don't know where I'm going. Okay, I can relax a bit because I'm hidden now. This woodland though, it's gonna be so good to pitch up in. The floor's nice and flat, comfy. There's loads of ferns I can cut down to lay under the tent even to soften the area.
Scoping the clearing when gunshots echo through the trees. Loud, sharp, close enough to change the tone from nature documentary to something considerably less comfortable. The peaceful hike is over.
Actually, quite the dream. You can barely, I can't even see it at all anymore. Second reason is because by the time I get back, I think it's gonna be dark. It's gonna be horrible walking through these woods. I also don't have any phone service, which is extra cool. I just want to try and get to a shop or something as quick as I can, get a lighter and then get back. Oh, such a mission. Finally, right, let's complete our mission. Well, we might not even complete it, we might get abducted. Let's carry on though. Okay, I've pulled up at a parking spot. I think this is a bit closer, but it's very dark, so I'm gonna have to run in with my torch on the go. It's gonna be horrible, but let's get it done. I'm just not even gonna look anywhere. It's too scary. One of the things I actually don't like about torches at night is that, yeah, you can see in front of you, but someone or something else can see you from miles away. Right, that's that pig field.
Navigating by flashlight now. Narrow beam cutting 10 feet of path, while everything else watches from outside it. Anything in these woods can see him coming from half a mile away. He's lighting his own position.
And where are you? This is not ideal. No, it all looks the same. swear it was here, man. Need to see where I am. I think I've gone too far. Right, what does it look like around here? No. It's a bit closer. Oh, it might be there, actually. Must have just walked past it. That just shows how...
The pines all look the same. No phone service. That specific voice arrives, not lost yet, but about to be. He gives himself a deadline. Find the tent in the next few minutes or abandon the gear and walk to the road. He finds it. Back outside, setting up the trail camera, listening for anything that might be listening back. The crickets are going. That's the good sign. The one worth paying attention to.
Plane. Sounds army-ish. Yeah, that was just an army plane. I heard like big booms, like bombs, but no, we're good. Oh, there's people around again. Why is there people around? It's literally 11 PM. Stinks in here. It's too good in here. And it's the morning, and I've survived. 18 minutes past 11. Lovely.
Midnight. Military aircraft coming in low. Thunder overhead, booming in the distance. Then footsteps. Human movement at 11 PM in Rendlesham Forest. He goes completely silent inside the tent and waits for whoever's out there to pass. Sunrise. Trail camera reviewed. Nothing anomalous captured. He packs down and drives to the RAF base perimeter. Stands where those servicemen stood in 1980. Close enough to touch the history. Close enough to wonder what they actually saw. Would you have stayed the whole night? What makes someone sleep under a bridge where people have vanished and died? For Matt, it's the challenge of the forbidden. The need to test himself against places that carry weight. But sometimes the weight fights back. It gets worse from here. The fifth video tonight comes from Big Guy Camping, a channel hosted by Matt, a self-described big dude who tests his limits against isolation and the elements. Tonight he's at the abandoned Tinker Hollow Iron Bridge in Northeast Ohio, a spot with a dark local history. Most people would look at this location and keep driving. Matt sets up his sleeping pad. The camera kept rolling.
Out of the way. Battery on this camera is already dead. That fast. I know I've heard tales that can happen in places like this. Not that I'm saying that's what's going on. All I'm saying is that didn't take long. So I'm gonna have to switch out batteries here in a few minutes, and it's already starting to get dark. And I can feel it in my chest a little bit. This is exciting, but it's also scary. We are going to be doing the drawing later on for the thermocell. I checked my phone, so we do have reasonable service down here, which is crazy to me. I don't know how that even happened. I've actually got 3 bars of service down here, so I'm going to be using that comment shark again like I used last time to pick a comment for the winner of that thermocell.
Cooking dinner when the camp light dies. Fully charged. No remote. No malfunction. Just off. He switches it back on. It dies again. No explanation that sits comfortably.
Banging right down there on that end. Right by those pillars. I'm gonna have to turn up the sound. Hopefully you guys can hear that. I cannot see anything down there, and I am very scared to go down there. This camera is making it appear like it's light out here, but it is not. We are surrounded by woods, and it is dark. Oh my God. Man. Yeah, it's like this side of the bridge. Like behind me, I haven't heard anything back there. But it's mostly coming from right over there. I don't know if you guys can see my flashlight shining over there. But all over in that area.
Flashlight scanning the trees, the beam doing limited work against the dark. He admits it plainly to camera. He can't stay. He packs nothing. He goes. Around 3 a.m., absolute panic. Gear left behind, out of the hollow in the dead of night. He came back at sunrise to collect what he left, and recorded a message for his viewers before leaving. Trust your instincts. When the place tells you to leave, you leave. I'm still trying to process what just happened there. He's unzipping his bivy bag at 7 a.m. when he realizes they're not alone. Not spirits, not ghosts, just photographers, tripods, cameras, a whole crowd standing on the bank staring down at 3 guys in sleeping bags next to carved pumpkins. Let's get into it. The 6th and final video tonight comes from Tom Outdoors, a guy from Essex who camps in ruined churches and haunted henges with his mates. Tonight, he's at Knowlton Church in Dorset, a 12th century ruin built inside a 4,500-year-old pagan earthwork. Halloween season, freezing fog, 3 guys in bivy bags, hoping the legends aren't true. Let's take a look. It's late October 2021.
So we're going pretty minimal with the shelters tonight. I've got my OEX Salamander hooped bivvy. Steve has also got his OEX Salamander hoop bivvy, and Luke has got his OEX Fox 1 V2 little tent. Got a few Halloween treats and things to eat, some Halloween cakes and some sort of Halloween themed ciders as well. I've just had some Copperberg spiced like mulled cider. I've got a Brothers Toffee apple cider as well. I've had all these ciders before, so I won't really review them, but needless to say, they're good ciders and closest thing I could find to Halloween really in the local Tesco's. I'll show you the shelters in a second, and of course once we've had dinner we'll go and have a look in the church at night time. And
Original plan was Racton Ruins. That fell through. Tom, Luke, and Steve drive to Knowlton as the sun drops. 2 bivvies and a fox tent, tucked behind the deep banks of the prehistoric henge. Discreet, minimal. 3 people trying to disappear into a 4,500-year-old landscape.
it's just gone 10 o'clock and some people have turned up at the church ruins with torches. Look, they don't know we're here. I think it's like 3 or 4 of them. And the fog's come down again, it's really thick. You can barely see the church. They might not come round here. They would have seen our cars parked though in the lay-by. They'll probably be more scared of us that we're here. We're gonna head into the henge circle over the earthworks and into the ruined church, which is in the centre, and we're gonna have a little look around and sort of see if we spot any spooky goings on. Yeah. And there's a like blanket of like fog or mist that's just descended.
Standing in the mist, freezing, trading ghost stories. Luke knows the local lore. A black figure on horseback riding through solid church walls. A weeping woman's face in the tower window. A kneeling nun. 3 spirits. 1 ruin. The fog thickening around all of it.
Placed ourselves now. There's the tower. The fog is so thick though, and it's quite cold out as well, so see our breath in the air. There's the tower up there, and apparently the window up there is where supposedly a face is seen watching you and stuff. This reminds me a little bit of Clop Hill Church ruins in Bedfordshire. That's well known for being haunted and frequented by creepyish thing we saw. It's pretty quiet now. The fog's still pretty thick. It's like coming up to midnight now. That's the witching hour though, when all the scary stuff happens. But we're gonna head back to the shelters, the other side of the mound, and I'll probably do a hot drink and then.
Morning. Tom unzips his bivvy, freezes. Above him on the bank, photographers, tripods aimed directly at the campsite, 3 people in sleeping bags with carved pumpkins, grinning beside them, while a crowd silently observes from above. Nobody moves, nobody speaks. The most unintentionally theatrical sunrise in camping history. They set up a tripod, shoot the church alongside the photographers, capture the rare blend of Christian ruin and pagan earthwork in morning light. Pack the damp gear, visit the wishing trees, drive to McDonald's. 3 people who went looking for spirits and found fog, cold, and an audience instead. Seemed like a haunted camp until it absolutely wasn't. That's it for tonight. If you watched all the way to the end, you're either very brave or you made some questionable life choices. Either way, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and click one of the videos on screen. I'll be back soon with more reasons to stay indoors. See you then. And if you made it this far, there was a hidden word somewhere in tonight's video. Drop it in the comments if you caught it.